Hi everybody, Diamonds by Teeda here. Welcome to my channel where sparkle never goes out of style. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever holidays that you are celebrating. And if you remember the old Seinfeld show, Happy Festivus for the rest of us. I am so glad you are here. Welcome to the 2024 Christmas premieres. This is Crafting for the Holiday. And these premieres are running obviously here on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. And I did this last year. I had a lot of fun doing it again this year. Although I'll tell you, well, you know me, squirrel thoughts, stuff that just pops in my head. I'm a little nervous, and I don't know why, because you guys are just sitting across the table from me, and I should be able just to sit and talk, and we're just going to have a lot of fun that way. But I really want to thank all of the creators that have taken a lot of time to make these videos for everybody, because we want to be able to keep you company during the holidays. So I hope you enjoy them. I hope you are able to watch all of them if you can, because there is some great content creators out there. I also really want to thank Ashley with Crafts with Crashly. She helped coordinate all of this and get this all set up and organized it all, which I know is a tremendous amount of work. And so I really, really want to thank Ashley for her time in doing this, and everybody else that has helped to be able to get this off the ground and running. And then, of course, you know, I want to thank my family, my friends, my viewers, my subscribers, everybody that is watching my channel for hanging out with me this hour. I am so happy you're here. So in true Teeda fashion, we are going to be doing a bunch of different things, and we're going to have a whole bunch of random squirrel thoughts. If you guys are new to my channel, you haven't seen it, a squirrel thought basically is my mind just races from one thought to another, and it's like whatever pops into my head, we talk about. I don't have this truly scripted. I mean, I have a little bit of an outline, kind of knowing where I'm going with it, but it's just going to go organically, how it's going to go with my squirrel thoughts. So I hope you find this entertaining and enjoyable. And again, I hope we keep you company during the holidays. So enjoy. And what I'm planning on doing, guys, I am planning on doing a kit up of a painting we're going to do, and I'm probably not going to be able to do the whole kit up. Obviously, I only have, about 50 to 55 minutes of time here, and then maybe do a little bit of a whip and chat. We're going to do that because this is a premiere and we can interact with each other in the chat. I'm probably going to throw out some questions. And that we can talk that way in the chat. And we're just going to have a really good time. So grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, maybe some hot cocoa. I don't know if it's cold where you guys are at or if it's warm where you guys are at, but maybe you need iced tea if it's hot where you're at. I know I have my coffee. And again, if you guys have been watching my channel, you know I drink coffee all day long. Decaf though, heart doesn't like caffeine, but most of it is decaf. And we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. So I will be back in a second, and we're gonna start to kit up, and I will be here. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, everybody, I am back. Now you can see I've got two Diamond Art Club paintings in front of me. And I have been torn over which one that I am going to do, actually probably up into this last minute of what I wanted to kit up and what I wanted to start. The first one I just want to just show you really quick. This is called Christmas Fireplace, and it's a round. It's a 22 by 17 by Susan Wingate. And this came from Hobby Lobby. It was part of their Christmas collection. I've done other paintings by Susan Wigant, and I love her artwork. This is a round, so it's going to go a little faster. Obviously, I'm not going to get it done for this Christmas, but I really love this one. These are both really similar, and I'll tell you why I'm bringing this up. Now, this next one, this is called A Cozy Christmas. There we go. And this is by Donna Geislinger. And Donna Geislinger is probably one of my very favorite artists. Okay, so here's going to be first question for you guys to talk about in the chat. Who is your favorite artist for your diamond paintings? Or maybe you have a favorite, genre of types of paintings. What do you guys like? So for me, if I'm going to answer that, Donna Geislinger is probably one of my very, very favorite. Not only I love her artwork, she is a local artist here in Southern Oregon. I've been familiar with her work for probably the last 20 years. She's got beautiful paintings. So not only do I love her artwork, I love it that she's a local artist. So that is fabulous. I also love Chuck Pinson's work. As you can tell, I like landscapes. I like these kind of home type scenes. I love anything with color. I love color. And I think some of the other artists I like, Bridget Voth. I also like, oh my gosh, where's my brain? I totally spaced out her name. Oh, Nikki Bomey. There we go. Love Nikki Bomey's work. Love Randall Spangler. Dominic Davidson. Probably the landscapes are going to be one of my favorite, in addition to florals, color. So now I'm really digressing. I'm really kind of going overboard on this. Sorry about that. But yeah, let me know who your favorite artist is and the type of art you like. I'm curious about that. And I've been trying to decide which one of these I'm going to do. And I think what I have decided to do, I'm going to do the Christmas Fireplace by Susan Wigant, only because it's a little bit smaller and I think I can get it done just a little bit quicker. Although I really love this Cozy Christmas. I love it, love it, love it. So we're going to dive in and we're going to kit this one up, okay? I am not going to do an unboxing necessarily of it. I'm going to, because I have already done that on my channel, but you're going to want to see all the good stuff in here. Oh, hang on. Got other stuff falling out of here. You never know how things are going to roll on my channel. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this laid flat for a minute just so that you can see it. Isn't it beautiful? It's just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, guys, I am back and I've got a little change of plans. Sometimes you have to do a plan B, right? So my initial thought on this part of my video was that I was going to be doing kit up and chat. But as you can see, I'm already kitted up and I am ready to actually do whip and chat. And what happened was when I started to film, I got the dreaded static. We all love the static, don't we? And it seems like for me, the static comes more in winter than it does in summertime. So it must have something to do with weather. And there was just so much of it that I just couldn't do it on camera, to be honest with you. So I kitted this up off camera, which is okay. And I've covered it with my release papers, and we are ready to do a little bit of a whip and chat. Let's go ahead and dive in, and let's talk about all things holidays. I don't know really where this is going to go, because if you are familiar with my channel at all, I do a lot of squirrel thoughts, which is basically these thoughts that just pop into my head and I just run with it. So I will be really honest with you. I don't have this scripted. I have a basic idea of where I want to go with this video. But it's going to go more organically, and we're just going to see how it goes, okay? So let's go ahead, and I'm going to bring you in just a little bit. Seems like everybody keeps telling me they kind of like it in a little bit closer. So I'll bring it in a little bit closer, and then we're going to talk about all things holidays. Okay, I am doing this beautiful dark green. Isn't that pretty? It's really, really dark green. It's in a little, I'm going to call it a little flower or a little snowflake or something like that kind of pattern. And we're going to go ahead and dive in. So I guess what I'm going to do is just take a quick minute. If you are not familiar with my channel, I'm just going to give you just a brief, quick background on me, myself. My name's Teresa, and I go by DiamondsByTeeda, and I have been diamond painting since April of 2023, and I've had my channel since June of 2023. Which has been exciting and fun, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But I'll answer the one question that always comes up is, Teeda, how did you get your name? Where did Teeda come from? Where did Teeda come from? Okay, so I'll get with that. That is actually a nickname from my mom, or she would use it as a term of endearment. If she called you Teeda, it was like sweetheart or honey, or it was a term of endearment from her. I don't know if she made it up. I'm assuming she made it up. I don't know. But anyway, so that's where it came from. And I started my channel. I'll just give you just a quick brief background. I was my mom's caregiver from 2014 until she passed away in 2023. She passed away at a little over 100 years old. So she lived a really good, long life. She was a wonderful Christian woman, a mighty prayer warrior, and I miss her every day, every single day. So when she passed, I tried to figure out something that I could do to, to kind of fill the void. I needed some time. I found a diamond painting in Walmart. It was one of the diamond dots. And I did it, and I fell in love with it. And that, as they would say, is history. And how long have you guys been diamond painting? Are you brand new, or have you been doing it for years? Tell me how long you've been diamond painting. I'd like to know. And we can chat about that in the chat. Now that's just briefly about me, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about my mom as we go on. So where do I want to start? I guess I want to start a little bit about Christmas past. Let's go Christmas past. Christmas, back in the day. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, this is my random squirrel thought, and you'll get used to squirrel thoughts with me. I'm single placing right now. I single place a lot when I'm doing a whip and chat because I can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. So that is why I am single placing. Otherwise, when I am diamond painting by myself, I do a lot of multi-placing. I use one of these plastic 4-placers. They're my favorite. Isn't that a beautiful green pen? I didn't even mention that. This is my mental health awareness pen. And I love this because, as we all know, diamond painting is good for your mental health. Well, I should say it's good for my mental health. I can only speak for me. It's good to help my anxiety. It's good for, all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, getting back to Christmas past. Tell you about a memory when I was a little kid. Now, I came from a family. I've got one sister and 3 brothers, so we had a pretty big family. And Dad, he loved Christmas. He loved getting gifts. He loved giving gifts. He loved having family over. He loved all of that. He was like a big, giant kid. And the Christmas tree, the bigger, the better. He loved huge Christmas trees. And I remember one year, now this is coming from the mind of a little kid, so this is how I'm remembering it. I probably have to ask my siblings if this really is true or not. But the tree that he got, I could only equate it to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Did you watch that movie? It's one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. It was so huge. I mean, it literally took up the entire living room, at least as I'm remembering it. And so I always have lots of fond memories from my dad. And let's see. I won't delve in too far into super past. And I have 2 children, adult children, grown. And my daughter has 4 children of herself, so I've got 4 grandkids. And when they were little, of course, they loved Christmas too. And probably the one story, if I'm going to recount, a few little stories from back in the day before I kind of go on current stuff. Our tradition in our family has always been to open our gifts on Christmas Day. So, of course, we get up as what I fondly like to call dark 30. As soon as the kids would wake up, 4 or 5 in the morning, whatever that time that was, that's when we open presents. But, of course, the kids can never, wait. Christmas Eve is just so hard because, they have to wait till tomorrow. So we always let them open a gift. They could always open one gift and they could choose what gift they wanted to open. And this one year, my son wanted this one gift so bad. This is the one he picked out. He says, I want this one. And I said, honey, why don't you choose this one over here? Why don't you save that one for tomorrow? No, Mommy, I want to open this one. And so we went back and forth a little bit. And finally I said, oh, okay, but just remember, you can only open one gift. Well, he opened it thinking it was going to be a toy, and it was not. It was slippers. And he was so disappointed and recounts this story to this day. And we still kind of have to laugh a little bit, but boy, he really was disappointed. And just so you know, I did let him open one more present. He got to open a little toy. It was something, because I couldn't have him disappointed at Christmas. So that's a little bit of Christmas past. You know, Christmas now with the grandkids, oh my. It is so much fun. And if you have little children or you have little grandkids, I bet you have so much fun with the joy and wonder of those little ones. We don't have any, little kids anymore. They're all growing up. But I sure enjoy the grandkids. They are so much fun. Where do I want to go? Where's my squirrel thought going to go now? I think I want to talk a little bit about, the gratitude I have of this year, to be grateful. I am grateful for everybody that is here celebrating with our family, because there are so many that are not with us, and I miss them. I miss them dearly. I wish that, my kids and grandkids could have known some of them, because they passed, way before I had children. And I want to be grateful if you've been watching my channel, you've probably been following, I have a dear loved one that has been battling a very aggressive and rare form of breast cancer. And we've kind of walked through, her treatment from a lumpectomy to chemo, to a mastectomy, to radiation. And now she's on oral radiation, or oral chemo, excuse me. So there's been a lot of treatment, but she is doing really well. She is doing so well. She wasn't sick too much from anything. I praise God for that. I thank you for all your prayers and positive vibes with that. I am so blessed that she is doing so well. Did I get all of those? I think I did. All right. So I am so grateful that, her treatment's gone well and she's doing good and she's here, and I am, beyond happy with that. And then, I've got, two of my brothers have each have a form of cancer as well. And we were really scared with it. But the doctors basically said on each of them, well, if you were going to have a cancer, this is a good one to have, because, it's not going to kill you. Something else, old age or something else, will kill you, but not this cancer. I also have another brother that has been battling prostate cancer, and he had completed all his treatment, a while ago, but he is doing well. Some of the medication he's on doesn't make him feel good, but he's here, and he is doing good. So again, I am so grateful for things that have happened this year, for my family members that are here, that I can celebrate with. I'm very, very, very blessed. So tell me, what are some of the things that you are really grateful for this year? Talk a little bit about that. And it doesn't have to be anything you know, huge or big. Maybe just a little something. Sometimes I'm just grateful for waking up that the sun is out, because in winter it is so gloomy all the time. But let's see. The next thing that I just wanted to mention, well, I think I want to switch gears a little bit, guys, is I want to talk about our fur babies, especially fur babies at the holidays. We love our fur babies, don't we? What kind of fur babies do you have? Do you have a cat or a dog, or, you know, maybe you have a ferret or a bird or another type of animal? Yeah, let me know about your fur babies. I want to know. As you guys know, if you've been watching my channel, and if you haven't, you'll know now. I have a little dog named Gracie, and she is a sweetheart. She drives me crazy sometimes, and oftentimes you will hear her wandering around the house as I'm doing my video, and oftentimes she wants to, you know, go outside. But she is a doll. I got her during the pandemic from my mom and I. And Mom, she had laryngeal cancer. Some of you guys may already know that, again, if you've been following the channel. And the radiation therapy destroyed her esophagus, so she couldn't eat. And I had to tube feed her. She was tube fed. And Gracie would sit on her lap every meal. She was such a sweet dog. She would keep Mom company all the time. And Mom just loved her so much. And I'm going to try to throw pictures up of all of these pets that I'm talking about, I don't know, somewhere up here so that you can see them. Yeah, Gracie has been a blessing beyond belief. Well, I should say she does drive me crazy, because I got her when she was like, one vet thought 5, one vet thought 7. So I really don't know exactly how old she is. But I think she came from being like an apartment dog, because she, and probably maybe with an older owner, because she doesn't really know how to play. She doesn't really appreciate the backyard. Like she usually doesn't like to go out in the backyard. She would rather be going for a walk than just running around in the backyard. And I've got a big backyard. I mean, our dogs have always loved this backyard. But she doesn't like it so much. But that's okay, because for me to get out and go ahead and walk her, that probably is the only time that I would get out of my chair from diamond painting or working. So yeah, I need her to get me out of my chair. And then I thought I would talk a little bit too about some other fur babies. Since I'm kind of on Gracie, I'm going to put a picture of my sister's cat. This is Pearl. Now, Pearl and Gracie are sisters from another mother. If you can see them, they're both the kind of orange and white. And yeah, they kind of look a little bit alike. So that is Gracie and Olivia. And Olivia is a sweet kitty too. She I don't think she knows how to meow very well. She kind of, when she meows, she just kind of screams. It's kind of this, "Rah," you know, she doesn't like meow like normal. But she is a good cat. And then, let's see. Now my sisters, tell you about my sister's animals. Oh, wait a minute. Where do I want to go back? Well, yes, this still is my sister's cat. So this one is Bobby, although they call him Bob. He was named Bobby for Bobby Socks, and I'll tell you the story of Bob. Some of you may have heard it. Some may not have. But Bob, when my husband and I were married, we found this cat wandering the street. And it was in the dead of winter, and here it gets cold. It gets down at night to in the 20s. So it was very, very cold. And what happened was he lived on at the corner, and the neighbors moved out and left him. They left him. I could not believe it. And he was probably about, I don't know, 6 or 7 months old. I mean, he wasn't a very old cat at all. And at that time, you know, we were fostering kittens from a local shelter. So I couldn't bring him in until, you know, he'd been to the vet and, you know, we had done all of that. So we kept him in the garage. But, you know, of course, it was cold, right? So I got him a heated bed. It was an electric bed, you know, with blankets and everything so that he would be warm. He loved that bed. And once we knew that, you know, he was medically okay to come in with the other cats, you know, we brought him in, and he was an absolute sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart. Bob is a cool cat. And when my husband and I divorced a few years ago, he took him, and that was okay. He took him and Missy. I'll tell you about Missy in a minute. And then when my husband passed away from COVID, my sister took the kitty. Now, the reason why I didn't, because you're probably going, well, what, Teeda, why didn't you take the cat back? Which I really would have loved to, but I've got a granddaughter that is really allergic to cats, and so I did not take him. So anyway, he's still with the family. He's with my sister, and Bob is great. We love Bob. And then my sister's dog, get a picture of her. This is Peaches. And Peaches is a pit or lab mix, probably looks more like a pit. Sweet dog. And her and Gracie love each other. They are Mutt and Jeff. And Peaches is getting kind of on in years now. She's getting a little sundowner syndrome. Sometimes she gets a little confused at night. But she's doing well. She's 12 years old, and they rescued her from a shelter. I think she was 4 months old or something like that when they got her. But she had been abused when she was a pup. And but she has been such a sweet dog, let me tell you. She is an absolute love. And let's see, who else do I want to talk about? Oh, they had a bulldog. Oh my gosh, this bulldog was amazing. I don't know if I can get a picture of her or not, but her name was Babe. And Babe was a brindle and white bulldog. And this was years ago. Oh my gosh, how long ago was that? Probably 25 years ago, something like that. It was a long time ago they had her. And she was absolutely hilarious. She was not like any bulldog you'd had ever known. Because when you think of a bulldog, don't you think kind of like laid back, just cruise around and sleep? I don't know, maybe you kind of lazy. I don't know, they just like to, they're just a cruiser dog. No, Babe loved to play fetch. She would play fetch for hours. Hours and hours and hours that dog would play fetch, which cracked me up. And if you ate spaghetti, oh my God, she would maul you to get spaghetti. Loved spaghetti, which is just cracks me up. Do you have any dogs or cats that do kind of silly things like that? Or like certain types of food? Yeah, that is funny. She was a funny dog. Funny dog. But we loved Babe. And, the bulldogs, they have that lower jaw, right? They have that lower jaw protruding out. And when she was a pup, teething, she decided that she wanted to teeth on their wall. And she made a hole in their wall. So the things that we would do for our animals. But they patched the hole up and, all was good. All was good. And let's see, who else can I tell you about? Oh, I can tell you about, I'll tell you quickly about Larry. I'll tell you about Larry and Buddy. Larry was a cool cat, long-haired, gray tabby. And my daughter brought this kitten home. She was, I think, in high school. And of course, she wanted another cat. We already had cats, but she wanted another one. So she tells me, Stinker, she goes, "Mom, I found this cat in a box on the side of the road. Can I keep it?" Well, what can I say? Of course, we got to kind of keep it, right? So we ended up keeping Larry. I don't know why he was named Larry, to be honest with you. I cannot remember. But he was a fabulous cat. Loved him dearly too. But that was Larry. And then Buddy was a big white and gray tabby. And I guess I got to be careful with my time. I don't want to run out of time here talking to you about cats. But Buddy, I'll tell you real quick how we got him and then his funny Christmas story. I was working at PetSmart. I was a manufacturer food rep. And they had, PetSmart has got those adoption centers, where the cats go. And I saw this little kitten in there, and obviously he was very sick. I mean, this cat was sick. He looked terrible. And I think he was like 8 weeks old, they said. Let me get another color. Hang on a second here. What color do I want? Let's do ends. What are ends? Anyway, I'll tell you about Buddy as I am going through this. Anyway, he was very, very sick. And I had told the manager, I said, hey, this cat is super sick. And I mean, he needs vet care. He needs vet care. And they said, oh, no problem. The shelter's going to be here this afternoon, and they'll take him and get his medical care. I said, okay, that's cool. Well, they never came. And they didn't come the next day. And he was worse the next day when I got there. He was, I mean, you could tell he was dying. So I said, I can't have this cat die on my watch, right? So I took him over to Banfield, to the vet over there. And he was, I forget what he had. I think he had the upper respiratory infection that, you know, cats can get. And anyway, the vet said, I really don't know, you know, if he's going to live. I mean, you could take him home. You know, I've got medicine for him, and you can see if he, you know, if he can pull out. And I said, okay, I'll do that. And did the store or the shelter pay for that? Nope. And so I paid for the vet bill. I had to pay for the adoption. Then I had to pay for, I had to separate him because, again, we were fostering kittens from another shelter. So I had to keep him separate from the other kittens so that he wouldn't get them sick. So then I bought this big, huge dog crate to keep him in. Bless his little heart. He was the sweetest little cat. And I remember bringing him home. And his temperature was very low. It was way lower than normal. He was so cold. And I had filled a sock, it was like an old tube sock. It was a big sock with rice, and heated it up. And he laid on it and just started purring because he got warm for the first time. And he was able to eat a little bit, but long story short, he pulled out of it. He survived. And, you know, initially, you know, I wasn't going to keep him, of course, right? You know, I wasn't going to keep him, but I did. And he got the name Buddy because, you know, when he was, you know, in the dog crate in the room, you know, I'd go in and check on him and see him, and I'd go, hey, how's my little buddy doing? How's my little buddy doing? And so we named him Buddy. That's what his name was. So that is the story of Buddy. He passed away a few years ago because he had cancer. But the funny Christmas story with Buddy, oh my gosh, he was absolutely hilarious. We had the Christmas tree up in the living room. And the hallway, it's not too long of a hallway, but there's a hallway that leads into the living room. And he would run, let me tell you, he would run full tilt as fast as his little legs would go. And he would jump and leap into the middle of the Christmas tree. I don't know why he did that, but oh my gosh, it was the funniest thing to see. The first couple of times we're going, what are you doing? But he had to jump in the middle of that Christmas tree. So funny. He was an awesome cat. Awesome cat. So do you guys have any interesting animal stories or fur baby stories around the holidays? That was just one little story from Buddy, but I can think of one other one. I'll try to go quickly because let me tell you, the time is going by so fast. Oh my gosh, I could talk another half hour or an hour with you guys, and I really only have a few more minutes. But when my husband and I were first married, we had two dogs, PJ and Molly. And they're a lab and a border collie mix. The great dogs again. And I'm sorry, I don't have pictures that I can show you, but this is just a real quick, brief story. And we lived in our very first apartment, and that apartment was so tiny. I'll just tell you really quick, the kitchen, literally, you could stand in the middle of the kitchen and pivot and be at the sink, and you would pivot again and you would be at the stove, and you would pivot again and you would be at the counter. Super tiny. I don't know why I said that, but I guess I was just saying it for like whatever. I don't know. Squirrel thought. But anyway, we had left to go out for just a little bit. And the dogs opened all the presents. I don't know whatever possessed them to open all the presents, but they opened all the presents. So we ended up having a early Christmas. So that was funny with that animal. All kinds of great funny stories. So, and I'm sure you guys have a lot of funny stories as well. If you can, maybe put a little bit in the chat if it'll all fit. I'd love to hear them, or drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear that, or send me an email. That is awesome, awesome as well. I'm trying to think, what else does my little squirrel brain want to go? We can do I have other animals. I've had so many animals. Oh my gosh. We've had dogs, cats, hamsters, miniature hamsters, fish. Haven't had any birds. I don't know why we never had any birds, but we didn't have any birds. And of course, we did a lot of fostering of cats. Fostered a lot. We've always adopted all of our animals too. I've always rescued animals. So we did that. And am I missing? I know I'm missing a lot of other animals. Oh, let me just shoot you a quick picture, because this one is really cute. This is my son's cats. He has two, Andy and Ollie. And I'm going to try to get pictures of them. But Andy, he's a little pistol too. He's a cutie pie. And he loves his food. And the cats have an automatic feeder. So just in case, they are way out of the house around feeding time, the cats will always, have food. They never have to worry about not having food. And when he wants his food, he likes to sit on top of that feeder. So look at him sitting on top of the feeder saying, "I want my dinner." So he's a doll. I just absolutely love him. Let's see. So that was a lot of the animal things. I guess I want to just talk again, just real quick. Thank you all so much, for watching my videos and supporting my channel and hanging out with me today, especially on Christmas Eve. I'm so glad that, you guys are here. You have no idea how much you guys all mean to me. This has been such a tremendous year. Like I said, I started diamond painting in April of 23, started my channel in June of 23. So 2024 has been, it's been action-packed. It has been so much fun. I'm really looking forward to what next year, is going to bring. I have no idea what it's going to bring, what kind of squirrel thoughts I'm going to have, or what we're going to do. But we are definitely going to figure that piece out. I am looking for my next color here too. Trying to find my little arrows down. I can't talk and kind of think at the same time. My little brain just doesn't work that way. And I'm so glad you guys put up with all my squirrel thoughts too. Even though I know I switch gears quickly, that's just kind of how my brain works. Oops, I missed my drill. Yes, thanks so much for putting up with me. Yeah, you guys just absolutely mean the world to me. I love diamond painting. This has been the only craft that I haven't lost interest in. Is that how it is for you guys? I mean, I haven't lost interest at all. Well, you know, I take it back. I shouldn't say that. There have been like days where, you know, I may not feel like diamond painting, so I might not for, you know, a couple days. But for the most part, man, I love diamond painting. Absolutely love it. And I am really enjoying cross stitch. I'm having a great time with that. And I'm really hoping to incorporate that more next year as well. So let me know too. That another squirrel question. What other crafts do you do? Do you only do diamond painting? Do you do anything else? I know there's a lot of diamond painters and cross stitchers and people that do knitting and crocheting, like Stampin' Up cards, coloring. That's, oh, total squirrel thought. I think I would love to try to color. But man, I don't know if I could come up with more time. Sometimes it's hard just to get diamond painting and work in. Oh, I got more over here. I still have a little bit more. Yeah, so let me know if you are doing any other crafts. And, oh my gosh, time has just gotten away from me, guys. I think I'm going to have to probably start kind of closing a little bit. Again, I wish I could sit and talk with you a whole lot more. This has been a really fun, you know, whip and chat. This is going to be a great painting. I'm already having, you know, fun with it already. So I hope that you guys have, you know, a very, very, you know, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Or, you know, again, like I said, whatever holiday that you're celebrating, maybe you're doing Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or you are doing Festivus with the rest of us. I just want to wish you super, super happy holidays, you know, from my home to yours. Me and Gracie definitely wish you happy holidays. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you can continue on watching with all the other premieres. I think it's going to be fun. Again, thanks for indulging me and putting up with my squirrel thoughts. Again, I hope this was a little entertaining for you and I got to keep you company. I always want you to remember, please remember, you are perfect exactly as you are. You don't have to be perfect to be amazing. And do one thing today that your future self is going to thank you for. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Merry Christmas. And I'm going to talk to you on the next one. Bye, everybody.